So that was the first piece I've ever written. Um, I've been doing clarinet for about over a year now. I also play bass clarinet and piano and saxophone, although none of you probably care. But I'm not calling myself an expert musician, but I would like to write music, which is why I did this. Although, as you just heard, the clarinet is easy, for me at least. For other people, it's not. Trust me, I've started. But what I wanted to talk about today is, well, it took me a lot, well, that's not exactly what I wanted to talk about today, but what this is my music. So, when you heard me doing this, that was, these notes right here. And, sorry, it's not in focus, but yeah. That's, by the way, a low G, 6 fingers, which is a dotted, quarter note. The one above that is a staccato E. And then after you play that once, you repeat it 3 times. Those are the X's. Then I play a low G, dotted quarter note up, which this time goes up to a staccato F. Repeated 4 times, X's. Then it goes from a G into 16th notes, which is G, A, G, F, E, D, C, and then I go up to a high B, B in the middle register, and then from a C to a D, at least with a D, a low G with the octave key. Actually, the second part after that right there is this. So when you heard me doing this, which I will do, just do it right now. And then when you heard me doing that, and then when you hear me doing this, those are the 16th notes I was talking about, which are right here. Sorry, it's not in focus. Yeah, there, that part right there. Then the high B I was talking about is, and then I do a high B from a C to a G, back down to a C. Which is when you heard me do this. Now those are those are more 16th notes. And for me, and after that, when you heard me doing this, that was a quarter note, which is a C, then 2 other C's, down to a high B, which is this, and then when you heard me do the that starts from there, and then C, and then there are the 4 quarter notes, and that C gets louder. Because of that, I forgot what it's called, but then here's another part where I go really high. Yeah, by the way, this took me very, at least it felt like it took me a while, but it did. But when you hear me doing this, which I'll just do in a second, is this part right here. And I don't know the names of those notes since I'm not even close to them yet. But sorry, it's not in focus. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, now, just wait. I'll start talking once the camera gets back in focus. Yeah. So these notes I don't know the names of since I'm not even close to them, but I know the fingerings to them. And when you hear me doing the it's not a slide, but it's not Rhapsody in Blue, but it goes down as I go more, and then when I get down to there and start slowing down, that's where I start slowing down to an F, E, D to a C. Then those are not good pictures of rests, but it's the best I could do. Then that's a low B, which is the lowest note you could play on a B flat clarinet. On the bass clarinet, there's an extra key where you could actually play an even deeper note. But we're not here to talk about that, and I'm going to play that part in just a second, where it goes to that. Okay, now that part, which is where it starts from the low B, right there. Sorry, it's not in focus again. There, the low B to a high G. I forgot the note of. I'm bad with remembering names. Just give me a second. An F sharp. Down to that. An E to D. Yeah, to a D. Two Ds that are quarter notes. Down to a C to a B. Then a G to an F sharp to a G sharp. Then the slurs right there, but I'll get to that in a bit. But then I do this part which is where you heard me do the that squiggly line stands for this, and it lasts as long as the note it's overlasts. That's part is what I'm going to show you now. It's pretty simple if you think about it. So now here's how I did it. Now for those of you clarinetists out there, it's obviously a D to a C. Those are like the first notes you learn, and it's actually very simple. You just have to know to lift one finger, and you're good. So then after that is a B to an A to a G and down to a low B, which is here. I'm not gonna, right here. Oh, and by the way, it's a B flat, so a B natural would be this. Hopefully you could see that, yeah. But a B flat is this. This is what a B natural sounds like. And this is what a B flat sounds like. Now the word flat usually means it's it's half a note deeper, and the word sharp means it's a half a note higher. And the easiest way to tell whether to know the fingering to a flat or sharp is if you know the note above or below that flat or sharp, then think of that. Because think about it, a B sharp would an A sharp. Think of it, a B it's half a note higher, and the B and the B flat is half a note deeper. So think about it. And I'm gonna play that right now. And then and I'm gonna skip, by the way, for those of you who don't know, that right there, it needs to be in focus. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, that right there, you see that? This... Okay, I'm sorry. This right here, this symbol with the two dots, this block with the two dots, that means it's a repeat. And I repeat back to the beginning, which is back to here. But there could also be another repeat sign that's going the opposite direction, which is where you go back to. But yeah, and I'm gonna skip the repeat since that's not needed today. But by the way, these symbols stand for how much notes are quarter notes are in one measure. So 5 over 4 means 5 quarter notes in one measure, and over here is 4/4, right there, which means 4 notes in a measure. So I'm gonna play that piece where it starts at the 5/4 part. I'm not gonna do all those repeats, but there are about five repeats there. And then this part is a big slide down. So yeah, I'm gonna play that, which is basically, and that note right there, which I should have explained earlier, is basically the one. Yes, this one right here. That's basically now, for those of you who play clarinet, or at least who know what the octave key and what the thumb hole is. That's basically, you holding down the thumb hole in the octave key, but that's a very high note and it's very hard to get to. And as I said, I've been doing this for over a year now. And you shouldn't have seen me when I started. Okay, I'm gonna play.